Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Let's take another look here at Solana, see what's going on. We can see here, of course, that the price action chose to break down concurrent with Bitcoin, retested as low as about 158. But we can see so far that support level at 159 holding pretty strong. Again, that's a previous, I think, daily candlestick closure there. I kind of marked that on the charts. Generally, the red lines on my charts are a little bit heavier of support or resistance. So that's kind of where we're at there. This upper playout didn't pan out, of course. So what we'll do is we'll double check a few things here, see if the support level is going to hold, and obviously confirm a few things here as well. So congrats to our community members for some nice profits from our Solana short, roughly 5 days ago, 35% there. And of course, nice CP short from a couple of weeks ago at 40%. So congrats on that. Let's take a quick look at the back end data here as well for Solana, see what's going on, double check. Well, liquidation levels, of course. Let's go ahead and start with, first of all, where we're at here for the moment. Again, 158, 157, there's that lower level, just below the more recent low. And we can see a decent concentration, maybe about $1 billion in liquidation between 157 and 158. Okay. Upwards, though, we can see 165 to 168, pretty solid amount of liquidation on the upside, too. So we are closer to that upper level, so it leads me to believe that we're probably more likely to go up than down, but that doesn't mean that we just go in that direction because there's liquidation. But from a liquidation standpoint, that would make sense because for the most part, we're seeing this delta way too high. At least I know Bitcoin is very high, and obviously Solana too, and you can only maintain a maximum occupancy for so long, right? So at this point here, with the delta being so high for so long, it has to come off. One of two things has to happen. Either the price goes up and it liquidates these shorts, or at this point here, with the delta being too high, we can see the situation where the price action, people are actually going to start securing profits. That would be the alternative, right? So this is a greedy market. People are super greedy, unfortunately. So I'm venturing to guess that those shorts are probably going to get liquidated before they close their position in profit. Either way, just speculation. Obviously, way off on that one. I'm sure there's been some cases in point where I haven't been too accurate in that assumption. But greed is a very powerful thing, folks, and it's important not to be greedy yourself when you're trading in the market. Make sure you secure profits because honestly, shorting to zero just doesn't make a ton of sense. I know you'll see some people online doing it, but they're only sharing with you the one good trade, not everything else. Anyways, we can see 174 as a close proximate is that local open interest here within the last week's worth of trading. That basically reaffirms that resistance level that we saw when the price waked up and couldn't go any further. So 174 is that level of resistance. And then of course we can see here as well, where we got this 169 is also an area of consideration, something you want to make sure you're aware of. Okay. Now let's take a look here at the daily time frame, work our way down, kind of see what's going on here, because we are below the 20-day SMA. We lost that over the weekend, and when I last reviewed this here, we were looking at a doji candle leading into Saturday, and it was looking pretty decent. At this point, though, we've since lost that and we're continuing lower. There is potential for further downside based on that sentiment, but we don't necessarily take a trade because of that. However, it's important to be mindful and cognizant that we've lost that important moving average, which just really reaffirms the fact that we have a slightly larger propensity to go lower than we are to go higher based on that. Now, again, a lot of other factors involved. We want to also look at the correlation between Solana and Bitcoin to see how well they're paired. But for the moment, we just lost 50 on the RSI on the daily. Granted, that was a low volume weekend situation, but the truth is that's generally bearish. We can see the stochastic is bottoming out here, basically letting us know it can't go much further down. So the short-term reversal, we do have potential there still. We can also see MACD diverging. We got good momentum. Money flow index is pulling back. There's a lot of reasons why it's not really all that smart just to take a long position with this coin right now. Again, that's a macro perspective. The 4 hour and the hourly tells us usually a different story, but at this point, it feels like it's the same narrative. Let's take a look here. We can see we're under the 20-day SMA, basically running concurrent with that descending trend. We've got this support level holding so far at 159. We're going to pay attention to that, but that is an important level there, okay? Because again, it's been a previous high, as you can see here, back in September. Price couldn't pass that level, couldn't pass, and ever since then, it continues to try to retest now to the downside. So if we keep retesting this level, we're inevitably going to break it. That's really just what it boils down to. Let's take a quick look here, though, at the stochastic and the 4 hour time frame here. We can see stochastic starting to top out, implying that we may see a continuation lower. We're also under 50 on the RSI. Money flow index is increasing, though. So there is money flowing into this coin, and that's generally a positive sign. But The truth is it's not great, and it's not a situation that you really want to take a long into just because of that, but that's a positive contributing factor. MACD was converging, now it's trying to diverge at this point. So there's a lot of things here kind of letting us know that Solana is on the brink of potentially pulling back here pretty hard. And just to clarify too, we lose 159, it could continue a lot lower, okay? So if we do take a look at the potential for continuation, there's a pretty significant gap below the price action. But we do take a look at the volume, or just say, point of control. We have a pretty decent amount of volume at 154 to 156. So even if we do lose 159, I think we're going to see some support in that little mid-range there, the mid 150s. Let's take a look here at the hourly and just confirm the Ichimoku cloud and just kind of see where we're at. We are below the cloud still. Lagging span is within the price action basically, and the conversion line's over the baseline. So this is basically just a big mess, implying it's not really worth taking a position. Specifically so because we are seeing lower lows and lower highs still. This isn't really a great look. But again, trend reversals come in a few different ways, and range-bound activity is the start of that, right? So you can kind of see this range that we're starting to establish. So if we can maintain this range for a little while, establish higher highs and higher lows, then we can be off to the races after that. But between now and then, it just seems very foolhardy to assume that Solana will continue higher. Let's quickly double check here and just confirm. I want to look at the charts here and compare these two. So this is the Solana chart and this is the Bitcoin chart. They're looking pretty darn identical, okay? Now, that basically just implies that Solana is going to pull back with Bitcoin, and the inverse as well, it'll increase with it. So really, a lot of this is just hinging on how well or poorly Bitcoin's going to do. Right now, Bitcoin is on its way down to retest that lower support in like the upper 67K range. So we do end up losing that. We're going to see the price continue a lot lower. So just be mindful, Solana isn't in a terrible place, it's just not in a great place. All right, okay, I hope that makes sense. What is a good place though, of course, is Bitunix. Make sure you consider trading with these guys, folks. $60,000 progressive prize pool this month. Take advantage of that. We got some nice benefit rewards there. Link down below for that. If you are previously eligible or registered with my link, you are moving forward eligible to qualify for this. So that's really all you had to do. All right, folks, hope you had a good rest of your day, or have a good rest of your day rather. And I hope you had a good learning experience too. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment below. We'll see you in the next one.